Hey guys, I hope you're all doing good. So I have a new project and Eric's gonna do his part on this also. A couple years ago, I made a polenta board for my brother-in-law. And I went to a baby shower last month and they used it as this big serving board. And I got 4 requests for boards. So I'm starting the first one. The others haven't confirmed, but this one is confirmed. So I went down to the local swap meet. The guy down there gets live edge boards shipped in from, I think, Washington twice a year. He had a few, and I found a board that I liked, and it's black walnut. So if you want to come down here. So I got it. It's got a lot of like cracks. Whoopsie. It's got cracks. And it's got knot holes and little imperfections, but I'm going to fix those because I really like the board. So Eric did a video, gosh, a while back where he filled these with sawdust and resin. And the reason he did it because, first of all, when you're using CA glue or something like that, it just goes all the way through, and it takes a lot to fill up these holes, and it's pretty dries pretty fast. And the resin here, I'm going to use, I think this is walnut. I had a big bag of sawdust, and it's really fine, so I'm going to use that. I'm going to use the high performance resin, and we're going to fill these in, and this feels really nice, plus it keeps the color of the wood, and I've got some pretty big oopsies that I need to fill in. So, and also the resin, you have a lot more work time with it. So here we go. High performance resin 2-to-1. You mix it for 2 minutes, I think.
Yeah, 2 or 3 minutes.
And you want a nice thick paste. Eric says it's like peanut butter.
So this is the Total Boat High Performance.
Total Boat High Performance resin. And if I have too much resin, I have a lot more sawdust. So I'm not worried about it. I think I need more. And I have a lot of cracks on the sides, on the edges. So I've really got to get those. And I really want it thick so that it doesn't run out on me when I'm doing the sides. So, that look about right? A little thick?
Yeah,
looks good. All right, so here we go. I'm going to start down here, filling in these cracks. So I like to use my fingers just to make sure that I can feel it.
This is a little bit different than just straight epoxy resin.
Oh yeah,
So
it's got to get down in there. And then you, of course, you know, you got to let it set overnight for that resin to set up. But it feels so nice when the fill on it, I guess, filling the cracks is really pretty amazing. Okay, babe, I need you, if you would, help me make sure I'm getting all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I have a bug in my face. What the heck? And we are doing this outside. This isn't like it's going to be a flat, shiny surface on the resin, so I'm not worried about stuff landing in it. It's going to be sanded down.
Yeah, you're getting it.
Are you on the whole board?
Almost.
All right, so we're going to come down here, and I want you to see these. Can you show these? I don't know what those are called.
Cracks?
Well, yeah, kinda. These are imperfections that a lot of people see in a board and either think they have to cut them off or they won't buy the board because of that imperfection.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yes.
Why, a lot of times when you have big gaps like that, a lot of people fill them with color. So why did you decide to go with
I didn't
resin?
want color. And actually I talked to the gal that ordered the board, and she just kind of liked just the clear, not necessarily color in it.
Okay.
Again, it's preference. I preferred. Now this one, I'm going to tip this up just a little if I can because it's heavy. You can see here, this is where the board actually chipped. It goes all the way down here. It didn't chip, it split.
Split.
Thank you, that's the word I was looking for. But I didn't want to pull it off. I really wanted it there. So I'm going to just kind of put that on thick and try to fill up this crack on the side here. I like using my fingers. I feel like I have more control. And I want this thick, but not crazy. I want to fill in that little thing right there.
So when you get a chance, if you could tip the board forward so the
Yeah.
audience can see the top edge.
This here?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so this was a split all the way down. This is a very heavy board. It was a split, so it's like if I could have taken a screwdriver or something and popped that off of there because it was split all the way down in there too. But I just filled it in and made it part of the board. But you'll see down here, I'm gonna bring this down here. See, this is all split down there. It's not all the way through, fortunately. I might need help holding this board up if you can.
Okay. I can do that.
Okay. So, I'm just going to...
that angle?
Yeah, that's good. I'm just going to put some of this down there. And hopefully, again, because it's sawdust, it'll just match the color of the wood. I'm making a mess, aren't I? Over there. I told you we should have put something down on your mat.
You didn't say that.
Oh my goodness.
You did not say that. You said you owed me a new mat.
Well,
That's what you said.
that was yesterday. This is today. I said we should put something down on there.
Well, now I agree with you. You owe me a new mat.
All right, so I'm going to make that thick.
So the one thing that you have to remember, guys, the thicker, like what Vicky's doing right here, that's fine. That's the way she wants to do it. But you'll have a lot of sanding.
Yeah.
But Vicky likes sanding.
I do like sanding. I don't know why, but I want to get as much of it down in there as I can.
Yeah.
But
See, you can do that without having that big, thick crust on there. But that's your call.
Thank you. One thing about doing my projects is I get to do them my way.
Yeah. I can let go of this board anytime now.
Oh.
Still on camera here. So I am holding up a board and moving the camera at the same time.
He's
That is called talent, Mike.
You are gifted. All right. See, I'd rather have too much than not enough. So
Are you going to leave that crust there?
I'm
then?
going to leave it.
No, I mean for the...
No,
board.
no. I'll sand it down when it's... I just want to make sure for my own peace of mind.
You're used. See, here's the thing: is you're used to resin that runs, that soaks in and runs.
Yeah.
But it's not going anywhere. Anyway, your call.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, guys, so I'm just going to finish this up, and when it's done and dry, we'll come back and I'll kind of show it to you before I start sanding on it and show you that I was right and Eric was wrong.
And you're going to the other end. Now I put my hand right in that resin. Yuck, I hate that.
All right. Sorry. All right, so now I'm just going to flip it over, do the other side, and then we'll come back later, probably tomorrow once it's dry, and we'll sand it off. So we'll be back in a minute.
All right, folks, we've got this black walnut board all sanded. Vicky did a lot of sanding on it and filling, and got it pretty much ready to go. Now I'm going to do my part, do the carving. So she's just got this is the last name of the people that this board is for, Low, and we're just gonna. Vicky made a little stencil for the last name, so we'll just get that laid out on there, and then. I'm going to do some carving. Do you want this inset or outset? We didn't talk about it. Inset. All right. Well, so there's how the board came out.
Can you lean it up a little bit?
Yeah. Beautiful. The fill looks good. Yeah, smooth.
Okay.
And the back side looks like that. It's pretty solid. Yeah. Weighs about, I don't know, 118 pounds. Anyway, we're going to let this dry. We'll come back and we'll get to carving. Okay, so since Vicky made this thing a stencil, she had to have connectors to keep those middle parts from falling out. So I wouldn't necessarily have to do this, but this is something if you're working with a stencil, just to give you a real idea of where you want to carve. So I'm going to be doing this all inset. So again, I've done a lot of these, so I wouldn't necessarily have to do this, but I thought I'd do it for you guys so you can see, just to connect all those dots, and now we're ready to go. So I've got the profile bit in, set at 1/4 of an inch, and we're just going to do this whole thing. I think we'll be able to do the whole thing with the profile bit. There may be some in here, some in these fat spots that I might come back with a 60. We'll just see how that works out. All right, here we go. Man, that walnut is some hard stuff. I like cutting it though. Even though it's hard, it's really consistent. It's not real grainy from a standpoint of having to worry about being able to hold a straight line. It's a lot of work. You definitely cannot rush when you're cutting this stuff, especially I'm cutting super deep. I'm cutting a full 1/4 of an inch deep, which is a little, I probably normally wouldn't do that, but I wanted that thing to be deep in there. So there's actually a couple little lines that I want to touch up and smooth out. Sometimes cutting all curved lines can be just as challenging as cutting all straight lines, especially when you have difference in depths. You can see, like, you know, in certain spots I would lift the router so that it wouldn't cut as wide. If you go back and watch, you'll see if you hadn't noticed. Anyway, I'm going to get the 60-degree bit. I'm going to touch this up and kind of, you know, shape these up a little bit better. There's a couple places in there I want to just have a nice, smooth, contoured line, and then we're going to come back with the 60 and we'll take out some of that wider stuff. All right, so we've got the 60, and again, this is my new 60, the 3 fluted, and we're set just shy of 3/16. I think that'll be about right. I just have to be very careful because this stuff is so solid that it doesn't drive my bit over into the side of the letter. Hope I didn't just jinx myself. All right, there it is, you guys. And we're not doing any color down in there. So that's pretty much it for me. I'm done with my part. Now we're going to move back over to Vicky's part. And I would imagine you want to sand off those little black... yeah, Vicky's going to do some sanding. So we'll come right back.
Okay guys, we're back. So now we're going to finish my walnut cutting board. So I've always used the butcher's block conditioner and oil, I guess it is. But I saw on Facebook Tracy Detweiler was using this Odie's, and I've seen this used a lot. And I've been tempted to get some of it, but it's so expensive. But in the long run, you have to use a lot less, or you don't have to use as much. But so we're going to give it a shot. The Odie's oil here, they have several different ones. They've got oxy oil, wood butter, oxy wax, but this one is actually for exterior and interior, and it is food safe, basically. It says in here somewhere. Anyway, it's food safe. So that's always a plus when you're making a serving board. Anyway, it says to shake it up, but this stuff doesn't shake it up. And then the jar says to stir it up. Oh man.
Looks like applesauce.
Wow, that smells really good. And that's one thing Tracy said. He said when he does it in his shop, people say, man, what is that smell? So
I can smell it over here.
We
Can
are.
you guys smell it?
It's smell-o-vision. Willy Wonka. All right, so here we go. We're going to give this a shot. Fingers crossed. And it says I don't need to use as much. So this also says that I guess you only have to use it one time, and you don't have to. Once you finish it, you don't have to keep. Like with the butcher's block, you know, every once in a while you have to keep refinishing it, redoing the board. just because it soaks up into the board. So we're giving it a shot. Looks pretty.
So can you show that jar, because when we were talking earlier, just a minute ago, I was watching and I wasn't.
You were looking for fly swatter.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me just a minute though. I want to get this on here. So here's the jar. Odie's.
And then tip the top toward the camera so I can zoom in on it. A little bit more. Good. All right. Good.
All right. So that's the Odie's.
It's got a very nice lemony smell.
It does. Very clean smell.
It's got lemon zest in it.
So you put it on, then you buff it. And I'm probably using way too much, and y'all are gonna send me an email saying you don't need that much. But that's right. I'd rather overdo than underdo, or than.
That would have been bad.
That would have been really bad had I just knocked that over the edge. So we'll leave right there. Leave on the edge. Yes, we do.
Sometimes we go over.
All right, so I'm gonna do this. I'll do that side when I do. Did I do that edge? Nah. So knowing me the way I am, can you see if I've gotten it all?
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah.
Do I need more?
You're definitely getting the edge.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. So now, I don't want it to soak into the board too much. Now comes the fun part, buffing. Buff, buff, buff. So
you can start buffing it right away then, huh?
well, you don't want to leave it set any more than 40 minutes, it says. You can let it set, or if I need to come back and do it again, I will, but for the sake of the video, I'm going to buff it. If I need to add a little more when it dries, then so be it. I will do it. Man, that's pretty. All right, now I'm going to turn it over and do the other side. This is very heavy.
Want me to get it?
No. Maybe. Okay. I will put some kind of feet on it on the back too. As soon as I figure out what kind of feet I want to put on it. But I'm not going to do that right now. So now it's going to slide because it's got the boards underneath it.
You want a little paintbrush to put it down in there with?
You know what? That would be good.
Okay. Let me set the camera and I'll go in.
Thank you.
Do we want to get some paintbrush?
Man. So, la-ti-da. I know, again, first time using this, so I'm winging it. Man, it smells good. All right, paintbrush, and I'm just gonna put it down in there. Get this thing good and gloppy. Awkward silence.
Their last name being Low, if you just look at it real quick, it looks like love.
Yeah.
You know, because you see the word love in that font a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what font that is?
I can't remember off the top of my head now. I know somebody's going to ask, so I'll have to look.
We'll try and put it across the screen, guys. But the problem with a font like this, if you buy them in layout letters, They don't look good if they're all capitals.
Well, not only that, if you try to cut them, they fall apart.
Yeah.
So
it's tough.
That's why we don't have the curly fonts like this.
We do on stencils, like on the family
on the stencils
and that, because it's a one-time deal.
And I can make lowercase letters, but
right. But as far as layout letters, it's really tough. And then you got to have 2 complete sets of layout letters with
uppercase and lowercase,
and it just becomes a real
pain in the bum.
Yeah, that too.
All right. So there, I think I got everything in there.
Yeah.
All right.
I like that.
Now I want to make sure I don't have globs here. Although I think it would soak into the wood. But just in case. All right, onward and upward here. Almost done, guys, then I'll leave you alone for the day. I will. I don't know if Eric will.
Yeah, we got lots more to do. But this project's pretty much done.
Yep. Man, I like that.
That's pretty.
I'm going to put the lid on this just because I tend to be messy. So I will keep kind of buffing it and checking it and making sure there's no wood grain coming up or anything like that. And then basically that's done. So I'm going to ask Eric to help me turn it around so we can show it.
Oh, you want to turn around?
Yeah, turn around face.
Yeah.
Let me get these out of here. All right, guys, so there is our serving board. So this will go with us to California this week so that I can give it to my sister, who's going to give it to somebody, her friend. So that's it. Again, I gotta try to find the feet to decide what kind of feet I want to put on it, but I normally just get door pulls, some kind of little fancy door pulls that we screw on there, so, or glue on there. We'll see what goes. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you like this. If you have any questions or comments, please let us know. Give us thumbs up, give us likes, leave comments on the channel. It helps with our algorithms. I just like saying algorithms. And I guess that's it. So until the next time, guys, we'll see you later. Bye.